This social experiment was trying to see in a community as the gimnasio campestre how people is tempted to take money that is not from them for their own personal benefits and show how even if the money is from other, they think that the act of acting of money from the floor without anyone seeing them is fine, and they don't care about the person who could lose the money since he's looking for his own benefit, living a selfish image. When the campestre tries to inculcate in the students the image of the gentleman. On the other hand, throughout this social experiment, it can also be seen how some people care about the other, return the money, and prefer to do an honorable act, looking also a benefit for others. Also, this experiment can express how people try to take an easier way to the money depending on the quantity and the place it is placed. We took two different experiments, where the first was about leaving two bills of 2,000 pesos and with a hidden camera look if someone take this money. If he leave it as it was, or if he starts asking for the owner. At the second experiment, one student will take a bill of 50,000 pesos and he picks up a person that will be behind him to see if that person will take the money for him or will deliver to the owner his money. This will happen while the person is walking, and in the moment he uses his phone, the money will fall as he didn't realize, to see the reaction of the people behind him.
On the second case, a professor sits close to the money without seeing it. But after a few seconds, she realizes that it's under her and grabs the money without asking for his owner, putting her on the pocket. Minutes later, one person of the group passes and asks her if she had seen 4,000 pesos. She says yes, and that she took it because she thought the money had fallen from her. In a third chance, with a bill of 50,000 pesos, the person with the money arrives to the food shop to see what to buy, and he drops a bill of this quantity in front of many people. Then he starts making the line to buy. Seconds later, a boy that see the money decided to pick up and starts asking each by each the owner until someone said was that was from him, lying but he didn't trust him and he was going to use the money to donate it to bags. The reaction of this boy after look he was recorded was to laugh, while the person that wanted the money was embarrassing because this person was saying that was from him and he was lying. So the kid that take the money didn't trust him and was a good act from him. Finally, on a fourth case, this victim starts walking and while he takes the cell phone out of his pocket, he drops the money. At the same moment, a person behind him saw that he dropped it, so instead of returning it, he keeps it, laughing and celebrating. But when he found that he was recorded, his reaction was the opposite, since he was sorry to have taken the money and started beginning telling us that not to upload the video to any place.
In parallel case of corruption in Colombia, we're going to analyze the Tiranjara bridge scandal, which people in charge of making sure that the bridge was safe overlooked the design flaws and the cracks in the part of the bridge that collapsed. In this particular case, the resources that were destined to be used in the design into checking if the bridge was properly built were reduced and the materials were of bad quality in order to save money. Due to this change of corruption in regards to the building of the bridge, it collapsed partially, killing 15 people. These small acts of corruption, like using low quality materials to save money and choosing not to make tests for the design, were what ultimately caused the bridge to collapse. After the bridge collapsed, the ones responsible to these small acts of corruption stayed silent and chose to pass on the blame to others, instead of claiming responsibility for their action. In this case, the people responsible choose to hide their misdoings behind a mask of ignorance about what was the problem that caused the bridge to collapse. This can be seen response time of 3 weeks after the disaster happened. After all that time, people finally stated to the higher organization to check what was the problem with the bridge. Even after the problem with the bridge had been determined, which were flaws in the design which weren't discovered because the company charged of building the bridge neglected to perform tests on the design to save money, lack of supervision for the project, and low quality of materials. People who were to blame still choose to passing blame to others. In a similar way, the social experiment responsibility is avoid and misdoings covered with the stake to perpetrate a false moral discourse
in clear opposition to the laws that were infringed.